What if I told you that today you'll leave here different?
Pops! Pops!
I'm talking to you.
Bro, what you see?
Something above the clouds.
That's big.
How big?
Big.
You think whatever killed Pops is out there?
Right here, you are gonna witness an absolute spectacle. So what happens next? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Aloha, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, guess you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And last night, opening night, Thursday night, I went ahead and saw the new Jordan Peele movie. Yes, the new Jordan Peele movie, the creator who brought us Get Out, Us, and now, finally, Nope. And, well, without further ado, remember our rating scale, Shaka thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shaka thumbs down, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And, well, you know, I was kind of mixed so far with the whole Jordan Peele horror genre thing. I enjoyed Us, but I gave a Shaka thumbs down to, I gave a Shaka thumbs down to Us, but overall gave one a Shaka thumbs up for Get Out. And for his latest, Jordan Peele's latest venture into the unknown with Nope, it is overall a Shaka thumbs up. Now, you might have caught some hesitancy in my voice, and you would be correct in that. This is definitely, again, he defies normal convention, and what you are left with this horror genre, what looks like from the trailers an alien invasion kind of meeting of extraterrestrials, UFOs, you name it, out in the middle of nowhere off this horse ranch. You know, maybe a town, a small Midwest town, who knows, facing these aliens, front and center, weird stuff happening. And, well, again, without any spoilers, Jordan Peele defies convention and takes it in a totally different route or avenue than what you would expect. Those twists and turns are exactly you know, what Jordan Peele has kind of been known for so far in these movies, moving away from his comedy roots into this horror genre. Very much a child of the Outer Limits and the Twilight Zone. He did host the new remake of the Twilight Zone, you know, on CBS, I think. What was CBS All Access, I think? I'm not sure. You know, and that had kind of mixed things. And his horror genre movies are a little mixed as well. But I do say that it is a Shaka thumbs up for Nope. Let me just come out and say that, you know, right off the bat, I was thinking it's like, Nope. It's like, what kind of horror movie is Nope? And it's like, and I was thinking to myself, it's like, oh, you know what? I bet it's going to be, it's like, oh, hey, you want to check out that weird noise or that freaky thing that's happening over there? It's like, nope, no way, I'm out. Forget it. Nope, no way am I checking that out. I'm not going over there. And that's exactly what happens. You get several of these characters, you know, saying, nope, I'm not going over there. I'm not checking that weird thing out. Forget it. You know? And I don't blame him at all. So now this stars once again Daniel Kaluuya, doing a fantastic, phenomenal job as the son of a horse trainer whose father has just recently passed away under mysterious circumstances on his horse ranch. Kiki Palmer, his sister, the daughter of the horse rancher. Right away it opens up. Basically the father dies of mysterious circumstances. He seems to be shot, but what he is shot with through the eye of all places is what seems to be a quarter or a 50-cent piece. And that unfortunately kills him as it's lodged in his brain. They blame it on debris from a plane, possibly a small charter plane, somebody throwing stuff out the window, and because the horse that he was riding is also injured by a key is embedded into the horse. So right away, strange things taking place, very unusual. Also, Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead fame is in this as well, and he plays a grown-up child actor. Now this is where Jordan Peele takes one of those side streets just to kind of throw you off of what's going on. And he starts to tell this totally unrelated story about this child actor, Stephen Yeun's character, who, when he was a kid, his claim to fame was he was on this show with this chimpanzee. And the chimpanzee goes wild and kills everyone on the set one day, except for Stephen Yeun. And and he has to live with this trauma for the rest of his life, and we can kind of sort of see how that shapes him with how he meets and almost embraces these aliens that the trailer seems to suggest is there. And he plays another rancher, basically a cowboy show kind of Wild West ranch, not in direct competition with Daniel Kaluuya's character's ranch, but he is buying his horses when they fall upon hard times, and we find out what he's doing with these horses. So again, Jordan Peele kind of throws us off, takes us on that side detour of this chimpanzee going berserk. And it's like, oh, is this related to the aliens? Is it that years ago aliens drove this chimpanzee out of his mind and did this thing, and that's why he killed, and it's all related? Or these aliens like chimpanzees all down the evolutionary chain further, and like a Planet of the Apes thing? It's like, no. It's none of that, unfortunately. And unfortunately, Jordan Peele, I think the stronger of these tales would have been about this chimpanzee show. But I think, at least what it seems to me, Jordan Peele wants to take the high road in his horror and not go the blood and guts route, which, this gruesome tale of this chimpanzee destroying and killing everyone on this soundstage in front of a child actor, Stephen Yeun's character. Although it would have been a more powerful movie based on that, it also would have been far, far more gruesome. And what little scenes we get through flashbacks of that have shaped Stephen Yeun's characters, is pretty bloody and gruesome, and you are squirming in your seat during all of it. Powerful stuff. And I think that's why Jordan Peele put it in there, not only as a misdirect, but also to show, to kind of keep your interest. And it's like, oh, what are the aliens doing? Because there are parts of the aliens, it's like, okay, are these aliens? What's going on with this thing? Maybe it's just a cloud. Maybe is it ghosts, or what's going on in this? And you're desperately trying to figure this out. And then the reveal takes place, and in true M. Night Shyamalan fashion, as Jordan Peele seems to have become the new Jordan, well, not the new Jordan Peele, but Jordan Peele's become the new M. Night Shyamalan, per se, in these twists and turns. We find, spoilers from this point on, that it's not an alien invasion from a spacecraft that we've seen some shots of in the trailers. But it turns out to be a very much more like a Cloverfield-like monster that is taken the shape of said flying saucer UFO that is terrorizing this town and this ranch and basically just feeding on whatever. He takes up a group of hikers early on. He takes up these horses. He takes up a whole ranch, in fact, and then goes after Daniel Kaluuya's, father's ranch and horses, etc. And that's where he puts his foot down, and him and Keke Palmer turn the tables on this strange beast and creature. And overall, as intriguing as that is, it is enough for a Shaka thumbs up, and there are plenty of thrills and chills. It plays out very much like a 50s science fiction, Outer Limits kind of like episode, or 50s sci-fi movie. Even down to the special effects, which overall, people being lifted up off the ground by this entity is very well done. But the design, when you're looking at the spaceship, it looks, it's a very 50s saucer UFO kind of, your standard design. But then when it turns into this creature, it's like, it looks like a sheet, a tent that's flapping in the wind. Somebody, I don't know, they ran out of money. They have this tarp and it's floating in the wind, and they blow it up and it's like kind of just floating, in the wind, like that. That's the creature. It's a tent, like a parachute-like creature that's floating around. And I don't know, maybe I'm telling you too much, but that's the only thing. It didn't take me, it took me out of the tear, but it didn't take me out all the way. As ridiculous as this monster is, and how he looks, you're still dealing with terrifying things in a very dramatic and action-oriented way. So, so it does hold you, but still, for me, it's like, really? It's, my tear at that point was gone. There is another misdirect in the film where we see some alien creatures, and I think, oh my God, this looks like a 50s sci-fi movie. Looks like people in costumes. That's essentially what it is, what it looks like. And, well, I'm not going to spoil it to you, but it turns out, bum, 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 there's a reason they look so fake. But as far as the monster looking so fake, and who knows what alien life is supposed to look like. We expect something more like, maybe a xenomorph or something more terrifying, etc. But, it's kind of a floating tarp tent-like creature. Almost, I'd say, I guess maybe a jellyfish kind of in the sky is what this seems to be. It just looks 50s sci-fi. And that's the only thing that is a knock against this film, because the acting, Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya, Stevie Yeun, everyone in this movie is spectacular and riveting for the most part. You really believe and buy into their plight of this struggling family. Jordan Peele is very good at making this like an everyman's film. The struggles of one man against society, against racism, against aliens, or some type of creature, you know, and you know, man versus nature essentially is what this film turns out to be, and he does it so, you know, matter-of-factly that it's like you just, yeah, okay, I'm on board for the ride, and you just go with it, despite how cockamamie the monster's final look is. But Jordan Peele really does, you know, a great job directing and bringing his vision, and writes this movie as all of his other movies, even though there's some leaps in logic, say with Us, that didn't make a lot of sense, that took me out of it completely. You know, he swings for the fences, and still the overall tale of terror, well, he's telling it, although it's like, wait a minute, how do we get to this point that doesn't quite make sense, like in Us? You still enjoy it overall. And that's how I feel with Nope. Would I buy this movie? Nope. But it is worth a watch, especially if you are a fan of the horror genre, just to check it out, just to see how he does it, and maybe get a teaser for a much, much darker film. Like I said, this chimpanzee going berserk is just a backstory tale, but perhaps that's something that, you know, true Jordan Peele uses it as a misdirect in this movie, maybe also dealing with animals and how unpredictable they are, you know, as an overall narrative of a tale, a warning of a tale perhaps, but also he may be delving his big toe into more of a blood and gore kind of you know, horror genre. I mean, Us was at times brutal and somewhat bloody. So that right there, he's done this before. He may be shifting, you know, out of the realm of, say, a 50s sci-fi, Outer Limits, Twilight Zone kind of overall narrative, and going into much more of a you know, slasher kind of event in the future. I don't know. But I mean, looking at what we see from these flashbacks, I'm on board to check that out even more. And, you know, I might go see Nope again. It's a maybe, it's on the fence, but I'm glad I saw it. And am bringing you the review of a Shaka thumbs up. If you want an entertaining and thought-provoking movie in your horror genre, definitely check out Nope by Jordan Peele. It's a little bit more logical than Us, but still down the vein of a Get Out, as far as it's like, I don't know, but this is kind of weird, but it's like, yeah, but it's weird in a good way. All right, mahalo and aloha.